Back on Leading Edge this weekend before the May primary, talking about the stuff we're seeing on television, doing that with State Senator Theresa Gavarone. She's on the ballot herself. She wants to be the Republican nominee in the 9th Congressional District. She seeks to go to Washington come the fall election. But I want to get back to your day job because you serve the 2nd Senate District of Ohio, and you do get legislation passed. After a tragedy at BGSU, you took the lead on getting hazing laws beefed up and, yes, enacted. You just this past week passed a bill, got it. This is the Relapse Reduction Act. On and on it goes. And yet we don't talk about any of that in an election year. And I'm wondering if that just, does that frost you, that your work gets lost in all of this political tripe?
Well, yeah, it is important to make sure people pay attention to what you're actually doing. I'm someone who's got a track record of listening to my constituents, working to find solutions to their problems, and getting legislation to address them across the finish line. And really proud of my track record and the legislation that I've been able to accomplish since my time in the General Assembly.
The constitutionally mandated redrawing of our state legislative boundaries has been a partisan nightmare. And now a federal court has told the redistricting commission that if they can't or won't do what the voters have mandated, that court will likely implement a map already ruled unconstitutional. You've been part of this on the congressional redistricting. Theresa Gavarone, how did we get so far off the rails?
Well, I know I was the chair of the committee that heard testimony.
Right.
And so we listened to countless hours of testimony, and the map drawers addressed those issues in a second map that is now the map that's being voted on by, on Tuesday, May 3rd for the Congress. The congressional map is set, and we're ready to go on Tuesday. The state maps have been a different story. That is still ongoing in the, with the Supreme Court, federal court. And until those lines are set, it looks like that primary will be held later in the summer.
Yeah, at a cost of millions of dollars, which again, shame on Columbus, and there's plenty of blame to go around on both sides. This should have been done by now. So I go to your site, and I see the first thing that pops up, and it's really well produced. It's really nicely done. And it's your voice, I believe, talking about, here we go. I'm going to do some quotes here. The socialist spending spree in Washington of the radical left. Okay, there's a phrase we're hearing a lot. Who won't be happy until, I'm going to quote here, every parent is removed from the classroom and police are taken off of our streets. And your tagline, as you know, is we've got a country to save. As I looked at it, I thought, well, if you want to go down that road with Marcy Kaptur, I get that. This to me was a spot aimed at Marcy Kaptur in the fall, but you got a primary on Tuesday. Where's your primary message that is just as beautifully produced as that spot?
Well, actually, I constantly focused on what the ultimate goal here. Yeah. The ultimate goal is to take back the House, to take back this seat, the 9th Congressional District seat. And that's the goal, to put real conservative leader in that seat. And that's, and I believe I'm that person, the strongest candidate to go toe to toe with Marcy Kaptur.
I was going to get there. We have to summarize and get this wrapped up. You believe you have a better chance of beating Marcy Kaptur than Craig Riedel has a chance of beating Marcy Kaptur.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I've worked hard throughout this district, listening to people and solving their problems. And I'm going to continue to do that. I've got a track record of getting things done. And I'm the candidate who can actually go toe to toe and beat Marcy Kaptur in November. And that's why I'm fighting hard to make sure I'm the candidate to do that.
Folks, let's all get out and vote. I know that turnout is down so far, but Tuesday's the big day. Let's get out and vote. Primaries are important. I'm tired of people in November saying, this is my choice. Well, you had a voice in the choice, and it's called a primary, and it's this Tuesday. State Senator Theresa Gavarone, candidate for Congress. Always good to see you. Thanks for spending time with us here on Leading Edge.